Welcome to a beautiful sunny day in London, and today I want to talk about online reviews, specifically fake or exaggerated online reviews. These are pretty much everywhere now. On any website, any company, any product, you will find some fake online reviews. And the reason is because companies know that good reviews bring revenue. As simple as that. I was watching a program recently about the spreading of fake online reviews, and they shared a stat where they said each star in the review, assuming that the rating is out of 5 stars, which is common practice, each star is worth a 9% increase in revenue. So if a product or a service is rated at 4 stars, going up to 5 stars will immediately bring a 9% jump in revenue. So you can see why companies are desperate for good online reviews. And today I'm going to give you 5 ways where you can spot a fake online review instantly and avoid it. Now, my channel is about beauty and personal care and health, but this system or these tips apply to any industry. It doesn't matter, to hotels, restaurants, flights, travel, any field, any product, any service. You can apply these tips I'm about to give you. So keep watching. I'm about to do some grocery shopping, so I'll see you when I get home.
So we've all heard the famous fake news phrase, and I'm afraid today is about fake reviews. So in my research for this channel, I've looked at hundreds, possibly thousands of reviews, and over that time I've developed, I think, a good radar for spotting a fake review. So let's crack on with my 5 tips and give you tip number 1. So tip number 1 is the review is too long. So if you go on some of the major websites online and check out the review section, you see some reviews are literally half a page long for like a small item, and you wonder, why is the review that detailed? Because I believe in human nature doesn't change. Human nature is that we do the bare minimum. All of us, we like to do the bare minimum. If we can lie down, we're not going to sit up. If we can sit up, we're not going to stand up. And if we can stand still, we're not going to walk. So when I see a long review, my first question is, why is that person leaving such a long review? So let me give you an example of why I am always a little bit suspicious of reviews that are too long. About 3 weeks ago, I bought this swimming goggles because my last one got stolen or lost. So I bought these ones as a replacement, and I think they are the best swimming goggles I have ever bought. The way they kind of fit around your eyes, no water ever gets in. If you're turning your head left and right, they feel snug, they feel comfortable, they don't fog, so you don't get the foggy hue that you get in swimming pools that you can't really see where you're going. So none of that with these swimming goggles. They are the very best I've ever bought. But under no circumstances, it didn't even cross my mind to go back on Amazon where I bought it and leave a review. The reason is, to be honest, there's nothing in it for me. I'm not going to gain anything if I go back and left a review. But if somebody came to me and said, would you mind leaving a review? Even we're not going to give you anything. Even if somebody just simply asked me to leave a review, because it's such a good product, I would probably go back and leave a review without gaining anything. But if someone said, could you leave a detailed review and we'll give you your next product or any product you want, half price or 80% off or even free, then I'll be like, give me that keyboard. I'll be like, I'll write a review for a whole page, half a page, whatever you want. So do you see where I'm coming from? Because when I see a long review online now, it's always a case of the person leaving a review has an incentive. Either they've been approached by the people who make the product to leave a review in exchange for like a heavy discount or a freebie. That is always the case. So this is what I would call solicited review. Doesn't mean it's not honest, but it's nevertheless it's a solicited review. That means the company approached the person who bought or is about to buy the product, and they said, you know what, we'll give it to you for free if you leave an honest review and make it as detailed as possible, include pictures, blah blah blah, and so on. So it's a solicited review. So I'm not saying they're not honest, but I'm saying bear in mind that these long reviews are almost always solicited. So let's move on to tip number 2. Tip number 2 is simply the review is too short. So sometimes online you go to the review section and you come across a review that's just literally a few letters, a few words, and says, this is the best product ever. This is the best product I've ever bought. This is awesome. This is fantastic. That's it. Nothing else. And this is what I call an unqualified praise. So if you are praising a product, you would expect to tell the person why you are praising it, go into detail. So imagine you were having a conversation with a friend and the friend said, oh, what happened? You bought a new Xbox a few weeks ago. What happened? How is it? And you just replied with, it's the best Xbox ever. That's it. Well, your friend is going to be like, well, and give me specifics. Tell me why it's the best Xbox ever. Tell me about what makes it great. Is it the way the game plays? Is it the graphics? Is it the controls? Is it the in-game like levels or something? Just give further details. So if I see a review that's just one line telling me that it's the best one ever, more or less it's going to be kind of a fake review, because why would anyone get out of their comfort zone, stop what they're doing, go back to where they bought the product and leave a one-line review? The person reading it is not going to gain anything. They don't gain anything. So the only way I can kind of make sense of this is to assume that the person leaving the review has been asked to leave the review in exchange for something, because there's no other way to explain leaving such a crappy, useless review. Now let's move on to my favorite tip number 3. This is my absolute favorite because I see so many of this online that it's not even funny. So let me give you an example. Imagine you are buying, I don't know, a box of foundation or something, and then you read some of the reviews and you saw one of the reviews read like, this is the best alcohol-free, SLS-free foundation you'll ever find anywhere. I mean, that is such a weird thing to say. I mean, you don't really define foundations by the fact that they don't contain SLS and they don't contain alcohol. That's just such a minute, detailed, technical aspect of the product that no normal person would be interested in. And let me give you an example that would make it even more clearer. Imagine you bought a car, and then after a month of buying the car, you were having a conversation with your friend, and your friend said, oh, by the way, how's that new car going? Is everything okay with the new car? How is it? And you replied with, this is the best 1.8 turbo diesel car I've ever bought. So you said, this is the best 1.8 turbo diesel car I've ever bought. Your friend will be like, what are you on about? I don't want you to give me an engineering checklist of what the car can do. I just want to know about the car. I want to know about how it drives. Are the seats comfortable? Is the interior nice? Is the air conditioning okay? Those kind of things are what people are interested in. So if I see a review online that gives really weird, irrelevant, technical, really specific detail, then I am going to be suspicious, because 9 times out of 10 that review is fake. So let's move on to tip number 4. So this one is pretty obvious: unrealistic claims. So this is really common in the beauty and personal care industry, where people buy creams and serums and gels and stuff to get rid of skin problems, for example, or scalp problems. And sometimes you see really outrageous claims. Someone saying that they bought this cream or this gel and they tried it for 3 days and they look 10 years younger. On the 4th morning they woke up and they look 10 years younger. So it's obvious, although that is possible, that's not going to happen from 3 days of use. You probably have to use that cream or that gel for months, if not years, before you see that kind of dramatic improvement. So obviously that's a fake review or an exaggerated review, and you should just completely ignore it. So now let's move on to tip number 5, my final tip on how to spot fake reviews, and this one is very obvious. It's poor spelling and grammar. So you might see something like this. for example, you're looking at a review for shampoo and you might see something like, hello friend, this shampoo best every day. Oh, hello friend, I use shampoo, very nice. That's it. It's obvious that the person who wrote this has no idea about how to compose sentences or how to use good grammar and all that, and that's a telltale sign of a fake review, because any person with kind of any logic, they would know that they can't really write proper sentences. I mean English is not everyone's first language, and it doesn't have to be, but if someone knows that they can't really write proper sentences, they would probably get a friend or someone who speaks better English, or someone who writes better English to write it for them. Or they might start the sentence, the review, by saying that, excuse me, my English is not that good, so excuse any mistakes that I make. Or they would kind of make some sort of intro to explain why the sentences might not make much sense. But a fake review doesn't really give a toss about any of this. They would just write whatever comes to their mind, good or bad. They'll just chuck it in there because obviously they're getting paid to do this and they just want to get it out there. It doesn't matter about the grammar, the spelling, they don't really care. As long as the word very good and the words and the product they're reviewing appear in the same sentence, that's it, they've done their bit. So that's another way to spot a fake review. So I'm hoping by now that you are an expert at spotting fake reviews, but let me just say this. I have to say Amazon have the best fake review filtering system I have come across anywhere. They have systems in place where they weed out fake reviews. That's not to say that some of the reviews on there are not exaggerated, they are, but I would say I trust the Amazon reviews more than any other website reviews anywhere on the internet, purely because they have systems and procedures in place to weed out those fake reviews. Let me say another thing, the word fake might be a little bit too harsh. I think the word exaggerated might be more accurate, because these people have obviously bought the product. Most of them have actually genuinely bought the product, but that's not to say that the reviews they're leaving might be slightly exaggerated in terms of the results, the quality of the product and so on, purely because, as we explained, they have an incentive to leave a long, good, detailed review on the request of whoever is behind the initial approach. Another interesting question that kind of came across my head as I was actually filming this video is, what would have happened if nobody asked anyone to leave a review? Basically, we just let people buy the product, and whoever wants to come back and leave a review can do so. We are not going to ask anyone to leave a review. We're not going to prompt anyone to leave a review. I think in that case, every product you see online would have had a rating of maybe one star, 2 stars at best, because who would be motivated to leave a review? It will only be the people who've had a bad experience or bought a bad product, who want to vent their frustration and their anger. So it would have been all the complainers, all the people saying that this product is just a pile of rubbish, it broke down, this is not what I paid for, I hate this, I hate the company, blah 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 and so on. It would have just been the angry muffins who would have been all over our website, all over that product, complaining. So in a way, it's quite good that we ask people to leave a review, because then that prompts some of the people who've had good experience with the product just to give some balance to proceedings. And needless to say, if you can't be bothered trying to work out what's a fake review, what's a good review, what's an honest review, just watch this channel, because on this channel you won't come across a fake review. 100% honest, 100% genuine. If the product is bad, I'll tell you it's bad. If it's good, I'll tell you to run to the shop and buy it. Anyway, that's the end of the review. Tell me, have you come across any fake reviews? Do you want to share it with us? Have you done a review yourself? Have you been approached by companies asking you to leave a review? What incentive have you had? Please leave all those in the comments below. I'm sure the people watching this video and myself will be very interested. See you soon. Take care.